story in particular, we're trying to get the street names so that people can kind of identify themselves on the location once we play the video. And then we try to do a wide shot, medium shot, and then some close-ups. So there won't be any close-ups of people since we're not interviewing anyone in particular here, and it's just about the flooding that happens downtown. I originally went to school for journalism. I worked in the industry for some time and then decided to move back home and work in a completely unrelated field. But I still had that passion about journalism, so I decided to kind of start a resource website just as a hobby to serve the community and connect people to resources that were available to them. And I did that for about a year before I noticed that over time, it was growing in popularity and people were asking more and more questions, wanting to know more information about what was happening in their communities. And then I ended up finding a business that wanted to reach the Latino community that I was already reaching and pay for some advertising. And that's when I saw the opportunity that I could do this as a business. So in January of 2020, I decided to launch New Digital Press as a full-time business. I took that opportunity to get this small loan to purchase some equipment that I had already added to my cart. That was just, a way for me to experience this whole process of the Klein Fund. But for me, as a business owner, it accelerated, at the pace at which I could do things, that I could do media production, specifically live production out on the field, because now I had access to this pot of money that I was saving for and be able to do it a lot sooner. During the pandemic, a lot of things went virtual. So it was really beneficial for me to be able to offer those services on the spot. So we were able to buy what is known as a live view. We were able to buy a live switcher, meaning that we were now able to connect multiple camera inputs and computer inputs into the switcher board, which meant that when we're on the scene, we're able to do different angles. Being a small team, originally started with just me, and then it was me and my husband, and now we have a team of 6. So being able to have all of those components kind of centralized for a communications and production standpoint, it facilitated the way that we could broadcast things such as, a festival down in Jasper County last year, and be able to provide people with that experience that you would typically see on television. One of the things that I love about the Klein Fund is actually the follow-up from it. I think that there's a lot of organizations and maybe a lot of entities where things are transactional. I don't feel like that's the case with the Klein Fund, and that's something that I find very unique, because Charlie follows up, other people within Klein Fund follow up, and they also uplift the work that I'm doing, right? And so I think that is a really, really unique perspective and way to engage your own clients to ensure that they're successful. We've got an additional business through the Klein Fund and through keeping those connections. So yeah, I think I'm really appreciative of that. Ask questions, right? Because there's so many resources out there, and oftentimes I think we get intimidated a little bit by what we don't know. But there's a lot of people, like the people at the Klein Fund, that are willing to connect you with resources like the SVDC in order to be able to help you, bring your ideas to life. We are getting ready to redo our entire website infrastructure. We've received a generous grant from a donor, and we have an actual team that works for WordPress building our new website. So that means new user experience, faster loading times for our websites. We'll be able to do more in reaching our Latino community. In addition to that, we also have a soft launch of the People's Beat. So we're trying to replicate the way that we present news and inform our community in English to also reflect our Black community here in the Lowcountry. Desde el corazón de Charleston, yo soy Fernando Soto para noticiasnuestroestado.com.